It's all about box office results time, and this time it's all about Glicked. Wicked and Gladiator 2 came out on the same weekend. And who won? Who's going to take the number one spot? This is a Barbenheimer situation all over again. Who's going to win? Well, the difference between Barbenheimer was, like, it was anyone's game. Like, Oppenheimer could have won, but Barbie took the number one spot. This week was kind of clear. Wicked was going to win. Wicked was going to be the number one spot. But, how much of a gap was it between Gladiator was going to be number two, but how much of a percentage difference would it be? And we find out today of the numbers. I'm going to talk about Gladiator first. So for Gladiator, it has officially made $55.5 million in the States. Now, you may say that for a movie that costs $250 million of a production budget, then $100 million on marketing, 1/3 of it needs to go to the theaters. So you may say this movie needs to make $400 million. A $55.5 million opening weekend doesn't sound great. But it could be a random situation where in the naturals there to save the day, because it has naturally has made $131 million, which is official, if you count it all up, is $186.5 million. This movie is going to at least make probably about $400 million. 500, at least between $400 and $500 million. Which, if I was Paramount, who's been pretty, are not, let's say, in the most healthy environments in recent years, who are kind of on the inch of bankruptcy, I would take any money. And if a movie breaks even and you get like 50 mil, you get 50 mil and you celebrate that. So, and it's weird, like, with legendary sequels, like films that, is a sequel to a film that came out like a couple of decades ago, you don't know how it's going to receive, because you got a bunch of people who may never saw the first film, a bunch of people who weren't even alive. So you never know, you might get, and sometimes it's not about quality. It's all about just zeitgeist. Is it in the zeitgeist? And so sometimes you get Blade Runner, 2049, is a fantastic movie, but didn't, history repeats itself. It just didn't do well in the box office. But then you get a Top Gun Maverick that did do so well at the box office and made like $1.6 million. So you're just curious, how's it going to go? And with Gladiator situation, you're bringing back a couple of supporting characters. You're bringing back a couple people from the previous film, but like Corey Nelson's character. But the lead character from the first film died. So there isn't that, like, oh, let's see Maxis, what is Maxis doing 20 years ago, 20 years by now. It's not that. So it's a very different experience. It's very interesting to see how this movie does. Now with Wicked is Wicked Mania right now. It's Wicked Mania. And it was going to win no matter what. Like, I get it. A lot of people were saying this movie is going to flop. No one cares about it. It's not going to be interested. No one cares about Wicked. Because it's simply this. They don't care about it. Their friends don't care about it. Their family don't care about it. Their co-workers don't care about it. So it must be true that nobody cares about it. But, because sometimes it is that simple thing of our circle of friends or the people that we know, we take that as, well, that must mean people don't care about it or people care about it. But that is not the case. Clearly, a lot of people have been looking forward to this movie ever since they saw the stage production. Number two, the marketing of this film has been bankbusters. It has turned, for the last month, Wicked Mania. It felt like an event. It felt like a movie event. Remember when movies were an event, like we walked in and saw like Endgame and we had that eventness to it? That's what it felt like with Wicked. When I walked into the cinema to watch it, I felt the event. I felt like when I saw people dressing up in witches' hats, when I saw people posing at the posters, I'm like, and having face paints over it, I'm like, I'm feeling the event, getting the little champagne, because it was like a special swing thing, a little champagne thing. It was remarkable. You felt it. You felt the event of it. And you don't know what's the next one. You may think maybe Wicked 2 might be the next event. Maybe Superman. Maybe Fantastic Four. Maybe this film, that film. You don't know. Minecraft, all we know. So, you felt it. And you know, and you know, it's safe to say, Wicked is a better movie than Gladiator. Like, you know, for a musical case, is when you walk out in the cinema and say, well, that number was fine, or that was okay, and all that kind of stuff. But then a couple of days later, you're humming the damn song. Like, I thought, like, the opening song, No One Warns the Wicked. Well, I was, oh, that was fine. A couple of cool moments, like, oh my god, she can high pitch. Has a remarkable high pitch because it's all live singing. But I was like, oh, that was fine. But then I go watch, and then a couple of days later, I'm like, no one wants the wicked, like doing a shitty version of it, or dancing through life. Like, even the songs are in my head, and I want to dance to it. And then the soundtrack gets released, and you go, well, fucking hell. Guess what I'm damn listening to? Well, I want to know what happens next. Well, better buy the book. I'm a little bit. I hear that the book's very messed up and pretty dark, and it's going to like give you nightmares and all that. So I'm kind of just waiting for it. I'm kind of waiting for this. Like, I read the prologue, and that's it. At this point of the Wicked book, but you felt it, and you know, probably all the like the TMZ bullshit, like, oh my god, like this. I'm just gonna say it, the SpongeBob situation. Like, end of the day, who gives a shit? Hey, you want to see Wicked? There you go. But that point helped. The whole don't sing, that helped. The toys having the packaging of the toys accidentally having a porn website instead of the movie website at the back of the box, that probably helped. You know, all these things are just helping, you know, gain the momentum and feeling the Wicked fever out for it. You know, it just shows that people are looking forward to this movie, and this movie's going to be a hit. This movie's going to be gangbusters. This movie might hit 800 mil. This is going to be $1 billion film. It's just going to be. And when Oscar buzzers are on the corner, when people are talking about best lead, and best actor, and best supporting, and costume designs and all that, and plus you got also Wizard of Oz. Yeah, people are big fans of that film to this day. Like, that film is officially 85. Yeah, 85 years old, because Batman's 85 years old. So officially, and that's the same year as the film came out, the same year as Batman got created. So officially 85 years old. People still care about that film. And, you know, naturally, everybody's making jokes about Wizard of Oz because it's all Wicked. So there's all these aspects of things that there's tributes. And, you know, people really love, or at least the majority of it, and the majority consensus is like, at worst, for a opinion wise, at worst the movie's good. At best, the movie's great. It's fantastic. And I actually realized I'm probably, when the movie hits digitally, I'll be like buying it. Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, fine. Yeah, it's that good. I slowly realize the movie is really, for me it feels like a when I watch like a James Gunn movie where I see it in cinema, I'm like, oh, that's good. But then I rewatch it, I'm like, actually this is pretty good. Actually this is quite great. Oh my god. And that's what I think Wicked's gonna be. It's like, oh, this is really good, and then it's like, oh my god, this is fantastic. Oh my god, this is actually brilliant, you know. and that's why I think week it's gonna be for me. But it's not a surprise. Just not a surprise. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts.